welcome to Cooking with Our. Today I'm going to show you how to make pesto. This pesto I cook just slightly differently. I like to cook my garlic off with the pine nuts because I don't love raw garlic. So I just slowly cook that in a little bit of oil on the stovetop before I add it to the basil. The other thing we love to do in our family is we put a tablespoon or a couple of tablespoons into a snap lock bag and I put them into the freezer, and when my kids get home from school they just, we have some cooked pasta in the freezer as well. They defrost both, mix it together, add some parmesan, and then they've got afternoon tea ready in a few minutes. When I freeze the pesto, I don't add the parmesan, but if I make pesto and we're going to eat it straight away for a meal, lunch or dinner, I do add the parmesan cheese. So it only takes a few ingredients. Let's get cooking. Okay, first step is to take the basil leaves off and just put them into the blender that you're going to use. I use this small one, but then I just pack it in very tightly. While I'm doing this actually, I'm going to put my small frying pan on a very low heat to just warm up so that we can toast off the pine nuts and the garlic. Okay, just chop up your garlic quite roughly. Doesn't have to be super fine. Let's go over to the stove. Okay, first off we'll put some pine nuts into the saucepan. Turn up the heat and keep a watchful eye. They burn very easily. Okay, so the pine nuts are toasted. You can sort of smell the toastiness rising from the pan. I'm just going to add a little bit of oil and turn the heat down slightly, and then the garlic, and then rest the garlic into the oil. Take that off there. And I can already smell the garlic frying in the pan. The pine nuts have taken on just a bit more colour with that oil, and just keep stirring it. To soften down that garlic. It doesn't take long. It just takes that raw edge off the garlic. Alright, done. So as soon as it's done, dump it straight in with the basil into your blender. Your oil, you need that to hand as you're mixing. Do a squeeze of lemon. Don't put too much lemon in at this stage. You can always add more. Alright, let's do a blend. Add a bit of oil. Give it a taste. Alright, could do with a good bit of salt. Slight bit more lemon. And scrape down the sides. All right, that's done. Take a look. So you can see that big bunch of basil reduces down to not very much. What I do, I take a snap lock bag. This is how I store it in the freezer for the kids. Just put a tablespoon at the bottom. Close up the bag, make sure it's no air in it. And then just smooth out the pesto so it's fairly flat, and then I can lay them in the freezer flat, on one on top of the other. If I'm going to store it in a jar, I just simply spoon it into a clean jar, sterilised, and then I pour over extra virgin olive oil to seal it, and it stops the oxygen from browning off the top of the pesto. To some extent, the lemon will stop that too, but you want to keep the pesto nice and bright green like it is now, as you can. Anyway, that is how easy pesto is to make. As I said, I haven't added the parmesan at this stage because I'm going to freeze this, but if I were to use it straight away, I would. I really hope you give it a go, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, so I just wanted to show you how easy this is to put together for an afternoon snack or a lunch snack. So I've just cut up some cucumber and cherry tomatoes, throw them in the bowl. I had some in the freezer, pasta, which I just defrosted in the microwave for 2 minutes or so. I'm gonna add a bit of pesto to my bowl, sprinkle it with parmesan cheese, a bit of pepper, give it a mix around, and there you go. Lunch in no time at all. That's really good.